Well, we're all done at the barn, working on the big colts. Jogged them, got a good look at them, talked to the veterinarians. I think we're going to have a better week with these two. We found some spots on both of them that should help. So, we'll see. We'll see soon. So, what do we got here? I got a short list of horses that I found a little flatter than I thought yesterday. I'm going to tell you why. I'll look down the list. I don't think there's any horse on this list that doesn't have an excuse. There's one that does not have any, well, kind of two. One does not have an excuse. I'll get to that in a minute. We're going to start right from qualifier 1 through 13. First one's Beach Boutique. You might know it was 2 minutes, 27. Just kind of followed. Wasn't herself, because she wasn't herself. She just got a splint crowd last week. Sylvain said she was still on the left line really hard with no apparent reason. I would suspect, Danny had said it after, and he's probably right, that left splint still bites her a little bit. More superficial than anything else right now with... Okay. Ollie's all videoed out today. I suspect that that splint's bothering her a little bit. A few little changes for next week. We're going to let her hobbles out. We're going to put a Murphy blind on the outside of her to help her with that line a little bit. Work on that splint all week. Requalifier. I'd like to see her pace 56, 57 next week. We'll see. Who else? Brush cut. Looked a little flat now. I touched on this earlier. I said to both Dan and Louis Philippois the same thing. These colts have stake races at Yonkers on June the 20th, which is ridiculously early, but that's when it starts. So, stretch them out a little. They're both ready to go. Both of them had been in 58, 59. Both were ready to go. Louis opted to get away last and try and pull a Seabiscuit, sweep the field, come up a little short. Now, for the people watching the race, like, geez, Brushcut was a little flat. I agree. I thought he was. Scoped him after. 2 out of 5 for mucus. Now, I haven't talked to the veterinarian or Kevin. Kevin just relayed this to me yesterday after the qualifier. I haven't talked to either yet to see what kind of mucus. Is this kind of white, foamy, 2-year-old allergy stuff that we can just treat and go on? Or is this kind of yellow, thick, kind of infectious-looking stuff where it needs antibiotics? I don't know yet. I don't think it's a big deal when you look at the math of the mile. Last half 56 and 2, last quarter 27 seconds flat. Really nothing to be concerned about. But as I'd said to Louis after, the track wasn't awesome yesterday morning. It was really good. I shouldn't say that, but it was a little windy, and it just didn't seem like any of them could make speed. Later on, when it got a little hotter, they could. But none of the horses from off the pace were finishing up with the other ones. They just couldn't. When the front end comes 27 seconds, you can't make up ground. And when you get away 6th, you finish 6th. What's that? You're going to have to ask Jason too, buddy. I don't think I got the torque to open that.
He's doing it on the foot.
All right, well, just wait until he gets down the foot and then ask him, okay? We're almost done. Thanks, bud. I just can't open. I can't open those little bottles of water. It's too. I can't produce enough torque with my hands to feel like a baby bear. I can't do it. So Jason's gonna have to open up the water for him. So brush cut. Yeah, he looked flat because you can't make up ground. He would have to come 26 seconds, which is a lot to ask. Imagine being that colt, going as fast as you can, and you can't make up ground. It's a little dilapidating. So not the end of the world. Brush cut, we'll treat him up. I assume it's just kind of 2-year-old allergy stuff. We'll treat him up and away he'll go. Yonkers on the 20th, as of right now is the video. Both him and Arctic Force will race on the 20th in Yonkers. So those of you out there seeing this, we'll be sending out videos. Make sure you get your New York licenses all done. We don't want any hiccups when we get to Yonkers. So if you are an owner of Arctic Force, Bottle of Red, or really Blue Chip, or Brush Cut, please get your New York licenses done right away so we don't have to be rushing around this week. Rose Run Valiant. You saw how goofy this colt was. Just watch the video, shying away from the gate, being stupid. I don't know whether he's just acting dumb or is dumb or just stubborn. We're going to put a screen on him this week. He's going on the gate, and he's going to go a mile in 2 minutes or 2:1 this week. This foolishness has come to an end. He's fine, though. Tried his last half 59, last quarter 29. The speed's there. Just needs to focus and do his work, and he will. Bend over. I talked earlier. Leave Bend Over alone. Bend Over's had a rough year learning how to trot. Not one, not two, but 3 quarter cracks he went with yesterday. And I said, no, he's going. His quarter cracks aren't bleeding. He's going to go, this colt. He's going to go. And he did. 1 mile and 2.5. Dan Dubé said, just wanted to keep him trotting. He said, but the hobbles are way too tight. They were. We needed them all winter that tight. Now we don't. So we'll just scoot them out a little bit, and we'll school him. I think he's sitting on a 2 minutes or 2 1 mile, probably this coming week. Who else do we got here? Jailhouse Master. I'd said James took responsibility long before I even had to blame him for Jailhouse Master. He goosed him. I didn't know what happened. James said he just moved the line over and kind of goosed him. So he said there'll be no repeat performances of that break next week. I suspect he's probably also sitting on a 59 or 2 minute mile. He looked good training, leading up, schooling, leading up to this. Trotted in 2 minutes last week in a schooler. Surely he can get 59 next week. So Jailhouse Master sitting on a big mile. The only one on this list that has no excuses for what she has done is Path of Totality. She's getting the trotting hobbles on Monday. There'll be no more of this acting up and goofing around. It's work time, and if you need help doing it, we get just the tool for you. We're going to put some hobbles on her on Monday morning, and she will start wearing them full time. Spirit of Dio, I ranted a little bit about this yesterday to some of our clients. We had a lot of horses in that schooler, and I was worried about getting the hobbles right on Nancy Allison, getting her out the doors. Path of Totality, comfortable. Is she okay? You know, Susie K wears the hobbles tight also. And Harness AM, is she all right? And then Spirit of Dio had schooled so good in 59 the week before. Put the same gear on, the same way, same holes in the hobbles. And I walked by Chris, the caretaker. Does a good job. I said, Chris, everything good? Yep, everything's good. Everything's the same. Okay. She makes a break, and I watch her trot under the wire, and her hobbles are quite a bit longer than they were the week before. So I don't know what happened. I know that she broke her hobbles. We had to get a new set of hobbles, but they were the exact same. Something happened between last week and this week, and she made a break. I'll take responsibility. Maybe, I guess, my first stop should have been Spirit of Dio. I just thought it was 6 days before that, or 7 days before that, that we had the hobbles on. She went 1 mile and 59. She was very, very good. Everything was the same. Yes, everything's the same. She warmed up good. My fault. So that won't happen again. Spirit of Dio will qualify next week. Now, a horse that made a break also, Yours If You Want It. Yours If You Want It, we just came unglued yesterday. We warmed him up early at the farm, then brought him over, warmed him up at the track. At the farm, they said he was really hot. I think he might have just washed himself out. He acted up behind the gate and made a break on James. Again, he'll come back this week. Actually, another horse that I was a little mad at was Johan. We looked at Johan after. His left front foot was a little bit hot. We're going to change his shoes, do a little vet work on him. We're going to do that. I opted not to take care, I hate injecting horses' feet, babies' feet this time of the year. I'd rather work around it. We had him looked at. There's no clinical reason for his feet to be bothering him. Doesn't appear that any one spot in either of his feet are under testers are sore, so I would say there's not a pus pocket coming, something of that nature. His left front foot just had a little more heat, so we might shock that and block it this week and come back with him. I am going to make a shoeing change. He's had aluminums with flip-flops on forever, and if he's not sound enough or sounder in those shoes, we should make a change, because those would be your go-to shoes. Now, obviously, the aluminum tipped alloy, the front of the flip-flop, is not the shoe of choice for a trainer, I would say. But I wanted to lighten him up earlier in the winter. I'm going to opt for a little heavier bar shoe on him, 9/16 or maybe a 5/8 tomorrow. We'll work on those feet and then bring him back. I suspect the root of his problems is in that left front foot. Nothing serious, nothing chronic, I would say, just something that needs addressed. Really Blue Chip, she was flat yesterday too. Now, we had put pads on her feet, put razor pads on her feet. Was she not getting a hold of the track? It's possible. It's possible. So I think what we'll do is we'll manage her all week, take real good care of her feet, and then right before the qualifiers next week, we'll take those pads off of her. She's sitting on a 2-minute mile. I know she is. Shouldn't have been a problem yesterday, and it was. So we got a flat line on her of 2-3 and a bit. She's qualified. I believe, Ollie, I believe the rule is a flat line in 45 days for the stake races. She should be qualified for a stake race in the 26 now. So next week, We'll change her, take those pads off her, look for a mile in 2 minutes and see what she does. But I suspect she's sitting on one quite easily. And last, globetrotting. Just watch the video. I'm pretty sure you know exactly what took place. She simply came unglued when they said go. Man of many missions. She was hot. She was bad in the paddock, but she was really hot yesterday. They said go, and she wanted to go to their 100. Gonna have to plug her ears up a little bit, set of earplugs, put that snake cord back on her that we wore on her in the wintertime a little bit, and then requalify her next week. I don't suspect there'll be any issues at all after that. Anyway, that's the naughty list. You saw the good top 10 list. I talked about everybody that qualified yesterday. That's everything. That's your whole qualifying day in a nutshell. Who was good? Who was good? Who was bad? And who went behind the gate? We had 5 make mistakes yesterday. A couple that are coming back here. I'll run that through that for you. Oh, 1 sec, buddy. I'll run through. I'd love to, except your hotel doesn't have a pool. Look at his face. There's no pool at that place. So, horses that are coming... Stop. Horses that are coming back to requalify next week. Beach Boutique. Beach Bum BB. Oliver, stop. Will Power Fashion probably coming back once. We might race Crazy Mission. We might requalify him. Rose Run Valiant's going to requalify for sure. Bend Over, I don't know. The jury's still out on him. Obviously, want to get those quarter cracks healed up. Now, he only won a mile in 2.5. He only won a mile in 2.5 this week, so I don't know if he's gone fast enough to qualify. I have to check with the Ohio State Racing Commission or the Sire Stakes. If he is, then we might just give him a week and race him. Otherwise, we'll requalify him. Jailhouse Master is going to requalify. So for sure, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, potentially 6 so far. Arctic Forest is going to Yonkers. Stop. Arctic Forest is going to Yonkers right away. Excellent Nation's ready to go. Spend That Money's ready to go. Havana's ready to go. Overdue Mission. Miss Mischief Maker's going to requalify. So there's number 7 maybe. Harness AM, Nancy Allison, no. Path of Totality, there's 8. Spirited Dio, 9. Libero's alright, we'll school him. Sometimes things happen. Rooney, Johan, Years If You Want It, has to qualify. 10. Looks like 10? 11, globetrotting. 11 for sure have to requalify. Coming up on the 22nd, we have all of our Ontario breds will be qualifying also. So we have, oh, and yours, and Ailson will make her first qualifier next week. So we have, who? He'll qualify next week. So we have, Ollie, we have 12 probably going next week, 22 the week after, and the stake season is underway. Our first starter of the week will be this week coming up, whether that's a Susie K or somebody at Grand River or somebody at Mohawk. Who would we start at Mohawk? I think we might send Knockdown Dragout down to Andrew. My problem was going to the Meadows after a qualifier. She's qualified now. It's June 8th. It might be worth our while with her especially. Send her down to Andrew, get her acclimated down there, race her at the Meadowlands once, and away we go. So, that's everything. I'll reach out to you guys this week. Also, I'll finish up my videos with our race horses after a little bit when I get back to the hotel room. But for the most part, you guys are well informed now of everything going on. Welcome to stake season 2019. We have 29 horses qualified so far.